Hello and welcome to Japanese for Ere, the only Japanese language education YouTube channel with a target audience of 1. In this series, we're going to learn Japanese from the basics. We'll cover vocabulary, reading, writing, and useful expressions. We'll learn them together, and we'll also practice using examples from Japanese media. So without any further ado, let's get started.
おはようございます。
こんにちは。
こんばんは。
おやすみ。
Welcome to Lesson 1 of Japanese for Ere. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at Japanese greetings, as well as some goodbyes. We'll also practice the hiragana for the vowels a, I, u, e, and o. Let's start in the morning. If you want to say good morning in Japanese, you can say ohayo gozaimasu. Once again, that's ohayo gozaimasu. However, you might also hear people just say ohayo. Both are perfectly acceptable to use, although ohayo gozaimasu is a little bit more polite.
おはよう、松目。おはよう、右輪さん。
おはようございます。
小林リーナキャスター、よろしくお願いします。
おはようございます。
おはようございます。
So we use ohayo or ohayo gozaimasu until around 11 or 12 o'clock, and at that time we switch to konnichiwa.
こんにちは。はい、こんにちは。
You'll notice that konnichiwa has 2 N's in a row, and you really do want to pronounce both of them. So not konnichiwa, but konnichiwa. A little bit faster, it's konnichiwa.
こんにちは。時刻は12時を回りました。
こんにちは。
こんにちは。
柱、校長様。
こんにちは。
あ、どうも、さようなら。
あらあら、さようなら。
Konnichiwa is used until, well, the evening around either 6 p.m. or when the sun goes down, and that's when you'll change to konbanwa.
ああ、こんばんは。
Konbanwa means good evening, but it's basically used to greet people all the way through the night.
こんばんは。釘崎野原でーす。こんばんは。
Like English and Japanese, people really only say good night as a way to say goodbye to somebody before bed. And the Japanese for good night is oyasumi nasai. So just like how in good morning, you can say ohayo gozaimasu or just ohayo, with oyasumi nasai, you can also cut off the nasai and just say oyasumi.
それじゃあ、おやすみ。
では、ゆっくりお休みください。おやすみなさい。
じゃあ、おやすみ。
はい、おやすみなさい。
Now let's talk about how to say goodbye in Japanese. Probably the most well-known way to say goodbye in Japanese is sayonara.
さようなら。
However, sayonara sounds a little bit formal or a little bit old-fashioned. You won't hear it used very often in daily life. Instead, you'll probably hear something like mata ne.
またね。バイバイ。和也くん。またね。またね。
You might also hear ja ne or ja mata, or even sometimes just ja.
お互い頑張ろう。じゃあ。
Well, now that we've practiced some more words and expressions, let's take a look at writing in Japanese. So Japanese has 4 writing systems: hiragana, katakana, kanji, and romaji. We're going to practice hiragana today and for the next several lessons. The hiragana that we'll practice today are the symbols for the sounds a, I, U, E, and O. They look like these. So the individual hiragana characters are called kana. So the kana for a looks like this. The kana for I looks like this. The kana for U, like this. The kana for E, like this. And the kana for O, like this. Unlike in English, where letters have names, like this is A, but make different sounds, such as it's a in cat, in about, a in cane, and so on. For hiragana, the name of the character is the sound that it makes, and it will always make that sound whenever you see it. So this is a, and it's always pronounced a as well. So let's look at some words we could write that use these hiragana. For example, ao. Ao uses the hiragana a and o, and it means blue. Ao. Iie means no, and it's I, e. So you'll notice that sometimes you have two vowels together like that to make them longer. Iie. Not to be confused with just ie, which means house. Ue, means up. Just means picture. And oi, means many. I'll include some practice worksheets down in the description. That way you'll be able to practice the individual characters. You'll also be able to practice writing out words using the characters that you know. Well, I think that's all the time that we have for today. It gives you a lot to practice. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Mata ne!